In this video, I wanted to share with you an email I got recently from RedBubble that shares 6 tips on how to get featured as a featured artist on RedBubble. I'll show you what that is and how it helps to get you more exposure and more sales on RedBubble. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juno with Detour Shirts. I've been designing and selling t-shirts online since 2005, and I want to share with you some tips that you can use to help you get more sales, and in this case on Redbubble. So the email that I got was telling us about 6 ways to get featured on Redbubble. I've been featured on Redbubble as a featured artist. You get this on your profile right here, and this is when Redbubble shares with the public your designs. And it's really good because it gives you great exposure. It's on Redbubble's homepage. If you go on there, you'll see, and you scroll down, you'll see featured artists right there. And lots of people get on there, and it's great exposure, especially for people that are coming to Redbubble. They also share your stuff on their Instagram channel, so you can get featured there as well. So lots of good free traffic if you're a featured artist. And these are 6 tips to help you get that badge and that exposure that you need as a artist, and I think it will just help you get more sales. I've noticed a lot more sales as being featured, especially on the designs that they pick to feature. You get so many more sales when that happens. So let me show you what I learned from this email recently. So you're going to want to stay till the end. I'm going to recap all 6 as well as a 7th bonus tip that they share in this email too. So let's get started. So the first tip in this email is tag your work well. So I know there's a lot of talk on Redbubble, especially for spam tagging, and that's not what they're talking about. This is tagging your work well, using relevant tags, using the right amount of tags. You can go to Redbubble. They have a blog post about what kind of tags to use, how to use those tags, but basically you want to use the right tags that people are looking for. So if your design has something like a dog eating ramen, of course you want to put dog and ramen in there. If it's a corgi dog, you want to put corgi. Things that people actually are going to type into the search bar on Redbubble to look for your stuff, because if they don't know how to find your stuff, people aren't going to be able to buy your thing. So make sure you tag your designs well. Not the spam tagging, not repeating the same word over and over. That's not best practices. I know that's a big topic on Redbubble, but you want to make sure to use the right tags that people are looking for. And you can look for these things on Redbubble. If you go through the search, you'll see some of the tags that Redbubble recommends as well. So tip number 1, tag your work well. The second tip in this email is format, format, format. They stress it 3 times, and that's because it's very important. Whenever you see that 3 times, that means it's super important to do. Make sure that your t-shirts are formatted correctly. Make sure your stickers are formatted correctly. Each product should have a design that fits on there perfectly. Watch out for postcards. A lot of times if you just put the default design on postcards, you'll get that top and bottom white space. So make sure you get the right spacing for that. Just look at each product when you put it on, and it lays it out nicely. I have a video about laying out postcards and stickers using the right kind of sizes for that. Mugs especially too, you're going to want to do that. So if you're going to choose a product, just make sure that it lines up correctly, and watch out for white text as well. A lot of people put in their white text but then put it on a white background and you can't read it at all. So especially on the stickers, because the stickers don't have a background by itself. So make sure that you look at the stickers, make sure that you can read everything, everything's in the right space and everything like that. So format, 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 very important. Tip number 2, because Redbubble is not going to feature your artwork if the format is wrong on products. So they want to make sure that it's good right there. So make sure to follow this tip and format your designs correctly on each product. So tip number 3 is related to tip number 2, and that is enable more products. So Redbubble has so many different products. I think they're up to 70 products right now. I don't know. It's a lot. I know it's more than 60. They have so many different products. Make sure though that your design, like I said, fits properly on those products, but put them on as many products as you can. Stickers, we got backpacks. They just added more products recently, I think for pets as well, scarves and things like that. So make sure that your design works on those products. Don't just put them on products and they don't look good. So make sure you have a balance, right? Just put them on as many products as they look good, but they got shower curtains and duvet covers, and sometimes you'll be surprised. You may get a sale on a product that you didn't think you would. I know that happens to me a lot of times. I get a sale for a duvet cover or a sale for a poster or something that I didn't think that's not a t-shirt. So that can be helpful too. So put it on as many products as you can that look good. Enable all those products that are great, and that will give you a better chance of getting featured as an artist. At least that's what RedBubble is saying. So tip number 3 is enable more products. So tip number 4 is to upload new work regularly. So this is a great tip not only for RedBubble, for any print-on-demand service. I notice as you add more and more products more often, you'll get a spike in sales. At least that's how I see it. RedBubble is also looking for new designs constantly. So as you add more new designs, your designs will show up on the new feed for them, and they have a better chance of finding your stuff. So constantly upload new stuff. It's a lot better, in my opinion, to upload a couple a day or as many as you want every day, as opposed to uploading a bulk of stuff in one day and not uploading in a week. So if you have 60 designs, for example, don't just upload 60 designs in one day. I would spread it out over the week, just so it looks like you're uploading constantly. So that's a tip that I do personally, just to make sure that I have a constant stream of uploads. I think it really helps in the algorithm, even though I don't know what the algorithm is. I'm just assuming that it does. And Redbubble also is saying to upload consistently. So lots of benefits for this. And this is tip number 4 from Redbubble, and that is upload new work regularly. So tip number 5 in this email is think of trends. So if you see trends happening, they have the trend lines on Redbubble. I used to feature that as well. I know some of them are very saturated, but if you have something that relates to that, there's a good chance that Redbubble will see it as well, because they're always looking at trends. So a great way to be featured is to make sure that your design is a design that works really well for that trend. Don't just copy what other people are doing, but make sure that your design stands out. It's something that people actually want to buy and can be related to that trend. So Redbubble is looking for that, and I know other people are too. So if they're featuring a trend on their page, they're going to be looking for something to show, and if yours is standing out from it, it just makes sense that they would feature that design as a featured trend, because people are looking for it. So make sure to look for trends. You don't have to consistently do trends. Trends aren't everything, but it can help when getting exposure and getting Redbubble to look for your stuff. So I've done that a few times. Redbubble has some contests and things like that I've entered in the past, and if you win some of those contests, or you design for that, a lot of times they put those kinds of trends or call outs on their website or on their Instagram. Look for those kinds of trends as well. Very relevant. So tip number 5 in this email is to think about trends. So tip number 6 in this email is to let Redbubble know who you are. So what they suggest is to make sure you fill out everything in your profile. Fill out your social media contacts, fill out a little bio of who you are, things like that, what kind of style you like. Make sure that everything on your profile page, on your home page, is all filled out. You want to make sure that you have that background and everything. Just make sure that Redbubble knows who you are. They really love that. As far as having a featured artist, so they can say this person is from blah blah blah, and it just makes a great article when they do a featured artist. So make sure to fill all of that out. That way that when they pick you, they have something to share about you on their page, because it just makes it easier for someone to connect with you and your artwork. So make sure that your profile is filled out. Make sure that everything is the way it should be. Don't leave anything out there, and just have a good story as well. So this is Redbubble tip number 6, and I think it's a really good one that a lot of people forget about, and that is to let Redbubble know who you are. So the bonus tip, the PS at the end of this email, is to use the hashtag or @ symbol of RedBubble artists. So on Instagram or on any of the social media sites, Twitter is a good one, Facebook and things like that. Make sure to use either the hashtag or the @ symbol just so that RedBubble can find you on there. So they're constantly looking at these things. They have a social media team, right, looking for that. So if you have something nice and you tag it with those special tags, then they'll be able to find it and it'll be on their radar. So don't forget about that. If you're sharing your RedBubble artwork on social media, use the hashtag RedBubble artists or the @RedBubble artists as well. So here are all the 6 tips that I shared in this video, as well as the bonus tip at the end, at the bottom there, those tags. These are all the tips in this video, so you can take a screenshot right here and save it. I'll also share this email with you right here. You can take a snapshot of this. You can reread this email that I got. Lots of good tips in there. You'll see the links in there. All those links are to a blog post or different posts in the RedBubble blog. If you go to there, I'll leave a link to the RedBubble blog in my description, so you can go there as well. So all these tips will help you get featured on RedBubble and hopefully give you more sales. So make sure to follow all those 6 tips, 7 if you count the bonus tip, to get featured on RedBubble. Not only will you get that nice badge on your profile, but you'll also get a lot more exposure and hopefully a lot of sales. So if you want more RedBubble tips, click on these videos right here. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.